Hi, my loves. Hello, how are you? Oh my goodness, I put a little note in the description of this video that I had some YouTube frat house technical jive that went down on this last thumbnail that I made and the link that I put in my bio on Instagram, and I'll have to adjust that. But we're here together now. Thank you so much for your patience and calm while we rushed to try to figure it out. We did see some of this stuff on the horizon. YouTube is changing how they do their live streams. Who's that? It's our baby angel. Aww. Will you check and make sure that we're on? Mm-hmm. Meet Juniper, the newest baby. This is Juniper Jones, the newest baby in our family. Is she just the most precious angel in the whole wide world? Hi. She was crying to come on while I was explaining that I was so sorry about the technical jive with my other thumbnail that I created. So please pardon me. There's always stuff going on. I think YouTube kind of got the picture that folks were having a great time gathering live and they wanted to figure out a way to get a piece of the pie. So things are shifting behind the scenes with how we live stream, and I'll figure it all out. I'll sort it all out. I've got some really cool ideas because things are cooking for us right now with my tarot deck and the Kickstarter that's coming for that on Tuesday, and little baby Sita, who's with us, beautiful Juniper Jones, and the Witches Confluence, which is all going to be electronic. So there's a lot of neat opportunities for us to gather here in a really cool way. And I will always strive to make this free magic, which is so, so important that we have safer spaces to gather together and have fun and meet new people like Juniper. Isn't she the most precious? I'm so sorry to the 13 coveners that were gathered in the other space. This is a great reason why everybody needs to subscribe and to hit the notification bell, because things happen. It's not always just like, hey, I'm making it up as I go. I'll maybe do more things for you. There's always that with me because I love surprises, but there's technical things that go down. Like in California, we're going through rolling blackouts. So if you have the notification bell on, if we ever get cut off, you can see when I pop back on. So there's lots of useful reasons, and just know how much I'm just 100% with you. No, thought on the horizon for creating paywalls where you won't have access to me anymore unless you cha-ching. I love creating and holding space in exactly this way for all of us. And I love surprises. And this is the biggest surprise of them all, little baby Juniper coming into our life completely by surprise for the Leo new moon, which is just so special and perfect. She is healthy and rambunctious and hilarious and talkative. She's going to fit right in around here. She's not afraid to use her voice. We're saying her, but it could be that we find out differently. You know that there is no gender binary here. So this baby is wild and free. Look at her cute little bikini too. Is she just the cutest? My friend Penelope called that out over on Instagram, saying that she's got a cute bikini. She's so sweet. There are her eyes just to live for. So Faye is here. Oh, and my sweetie's here too. I'm going to hand her off for a moment because we've got really important business to do, which is gathering around, calling in the corners, lighting our candle for our candle service for this live stream. She's so precious. Oh, I know. Oh, those two are thick as thieves and total best friends. So does everybody have something lovely to drink? I hope so. I hope you can just be in the peace and calm of this moment, even though we had to run on over to another delicious part of our beautiful field in this circle of floating stones, which grows just a little bit every week, which I believe in. I believe in the beauty and power of the magic that we're creating together as we work together to set that circle of floating stones where there's room for everyone. Everyone's sheltered, everyone's fed, and everyone's free, if only here. And that magic, that reality, that spell reverberates into the world. So we'll begin like we always begin, by striking a match and lighting this candle to alert our spirit guides that we're here, we're open, we're listening, we're ready to receive the messages that are meant for us. Oh my goodness. This is something that I'm just so happy to create for us each and every week. These candle services are held very sweetly and so meaningfully. Wow, there was a lot going on. It's time to cleanse that feed. And, you know, this is for everyone. And also there's a special aspect to it for folks that are subscribers to this channel, because honestly, I just gathered the sweetness of that intention up into my loving arms, and I breathe just a little bit deeper for all of us, because it's so moving and important to my family that you believe in the works that we're creating here in this practice. And it costs you nothing and means everything to us. So thank you so, so much. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that cute little red bar, and let's get it on. All right, so this candle service burns continuously from this broadcast forward. And last week it went for 5 solid days, and we just kept nurturing and just being with that candle. I didn't take a whole bunch of footage of it, but I can dig some up and post it on Instagram. It was a beautiful service, very gentle, and it was kind of more of a serious service. There was these rings that kept forming. I never extinguished them. There was these rings that kept forming, reminding me of the stories that were stacking up together. What a special, special space that we've created with each other here. So sweeties, where are you in the wild world? Say hello to one another, and say hello to Juniper. And she'll be back in just a minute. She'll be helping with some of our divination earlier. You know, she popped in for just a second, only because honestly, she cried out for it. This little chicken loves the camera. What a funny bunny. I don't even know what year it is. What animal is it? What Chinese year is it this year? I think maybe my son might know that. I'm getting to know this sweetheart that came into our life 1000% by shock and surprise. So we've been really babying ourselves. So today's brew is a cold almond milk with chocolate agave nectar in it. I swear, I feel like I'm back in elementary school right now, getting my little dream come true kitten that I never had when I was a little witch. Oh my goodness, that is so good. It's actually like almond hazelnut coffee creamer with a chocolate agave in it. It's so delish. Look how pretty that is. It's like a mama's milk brew. So heavenly. Gorgeous. So the works that we're creating will all happen as we're between worlds. And it's so important to me that even the poetry and the beautiful quotations that we share all happen when we're between worlds. So, honey bunnies, I'm going to take a quick little peek. I can't even tell you how much I'm so, so grateful for my teenagers that help me out every single week with the works we create here. Boone and I were furiously trying to figure out the settings for the new live streaming methodology. Of course, you can zip right in if you spend $700. Who's got 700 bones laying around right now? I do on a psychic level. It's all of us. In fact, I have 2,400 treasures in the subscribers to this channel, and your presence is everything to me. That's the treasure. So we didn't zip right in with the $700 paywall that YouTube had created for us. I just want to say hello really quick. And also, I know that Faye was going to be shuffling. We'll be using the fabulous Prism Tarot today. I want to say hey to all of you all. Oh my goodness, I'm loving seeing you here already. Hi, Jules. It's good to see you. Oh, thank you. So found you. I know. That's where it is right now. I see us playing in a summer field, definitely barefooted. And I mean, up until I was 6 years old, I would be just kind of like hanging out in a bathing suit all summer with bare feet running around the neighborhood. So that's how I see us in the field, just kind of skipping from dandelion to dandelion and blowing those in the field and sending the fairies aloft. So thank you, Jules. It's hide and seek. So I'm glad you found me first, and now you're it. Hi, Chloe Ann. It's good to see you. And hi, Chloe Price. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for giving Juniper some love. Oh my goodness. Hi, Jordan. It's good to see you. CWP, hello. Thank you so much for giving Juniper love. It means so much to me that you're here. We've been trying to figure things out behind the scenes with YouTube, with how to monetize. I've still yet to make a penny off of YouTube and make it work. When I hit that button, it tells them on a algorithmic level that I am serious about my channel, and they will drive more energy molecules, more laser beams to me. And I'm open for that because that needs to happen. And I understand that it interrupts us. So guess what? There's no monetization on this right now. I feel like that's extra magical. We ran away from the man to another part of the field, so we won't be interrupted at all as we're between worlds. So CWP, I have to share that with you, my love. How is everything in New York? Hi, Claire, and hi, sweethearts in the Garden of Violet and Ivy, you cuties. Hello, Juniper is beautiful. Hi, Bethany. Hello up in Alaska, honey. Oh my gosh, she really is beautiful. Hi, Christine. It's fabulous to see you. Hello. And you're in Kansas. It must be hot as hell there right now. My goodness. Hi, Holly. I know I have a black cat now. What is happening? The magic is so real. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you for the red hearts, Boone. Everybody give Boone some red hearts right now. That guy has helped us so much here. Yeah, so YouTube no longer sends notification emails, and that's a little upsetting. It is upsetting. It's this bait and switch that happens in an internet that was created without our wisdom, without our consent, without our knowledge, without all of us saying, this is what femmes want. This is what queer folks need. This is the safety. This is the pleasure. This is the peace and calm. It's very much a frat house of a space that, like I, noted with my mom on a road trip when I was a little kid, she said to me, you can really tell that these old roads were built by men because they just blasted right through the mountain. They wanted to go through it, so they did it. They put dynamite in her and blew it up. I love my mommy for that so much. Yes, she's, bless her soul. Boone's getting lots of hearts. That just jumped right up. So yes, CWP. YouTube is upsetting on many levels, and I'm always trying to sort it out because I am not that person with the 700 bones of cabbage just sitting around to just peel off, right? But I'm 2,403 souls strong, and I know we'll figure it out. We'll be patient, and we'll gather as we can. Jordan, so you're here from North Carolina. How lovely. Are you threatened by the hurricanes? I know that there's this threat of a double hurricane. Our beloved Virginia that gathers with us from Louisiana has that threat of a double hurricane in that area in the Gulf, and I'm concerned. So we'll be having a special prayerful moment for everybody in the Gulf right now. I love this so much. Okay, honey buddies. Hi, Celeblin. Yes, her eyes are so amazing. They're just like your bean. You know what we've been calling her? Beanie. So much fun. Oh, good. So Chloe Price, you're here from Vancouver, Canada, one of the most beautiful places. In fact, I was just telling you about my mom musing on how roads were created that were not in alignment with the earth. And that was up in the islands in Washington. That's where my parents grew up and met each other. They're sort of like high school sweethearts. Long story. but they can tell that story when they get a YouTube channel. I always think that they're probably sneaking, slithering over here and watching my witch show and our worldwide coven. A rose mapstone. Hello, warm greetings from your sunny backyard in upstate New York. That sounds divine. Oh, that's great. Okay. Oh, thank you for hitting the like too. Thank you so, so much. What a good idea. So Indigo Soul is here from Illinois. Baby Requiem. Look at all those purple hearts. How fabulous. You really are heroic with those hearts. That's awesome. Okay, cuties. So we're just taking a peek. Oh, Sunflower Crown, I owe you a video chat. I can't wait to see your fabulous cottage. I just love that you've landed sweetly. Beautiful. Oh, good. Oh, goodness. Oh, and your cottage. I love you so much, too. That's fabulous, Allie. Great news about you and your dream cottage. Everybody just send a nice flower right now to Sunflower Crown and their good fortune that their family found their wonderful cottage. As things have been shifting and changing, they've landed sweetly in their nest. That's lovely. Great. Oh, thank you for the love and light, CWP. You're fabulous. Okay. Cozy Cast is here from Cape Town, South Africa. Wow. I love that you knew to put an exclamation point, because that truly just is the most gorgeous binding spell that comes from very yonder pastures. You're so welcome here. That's fabulous, Cozy Cast. I love it. What time of day is it, or night, in Cape Town, South Africa right now, Cozy? I love your name. You know, I almost named my daughter Cosette, because I craved being able to yell down the street, "Cozy, dinner time." I love your name. It's wonderful. So Jordan is saying, high risk for all the hurricanes. Bless you. You live in the center of the state, so mostly flood risk, not so much wind and flood risk. That's fabulous. Thank you for all your beautiful flowers that you're sending right now to our fabulous, wonderful little witch family in their beautiful little cottage nest. And I think that that's over here in the Western area, isn't it? So Sunflower Crown, we love you. We're so happy for you. 10 p.m. in Cape Town, lovely. All right, honey. So let us gather our energy and find our place in circle right now. And turn psychically, physically, emotionally to your true north, the element of earth, which is our home, our bones. Everybody breathe deeply in through your nose and say bones. 1, 2, 3. Bones. Guardians of the watchtowers of the North, Earth, be here now. Now we turn to the east, the element of air, the air that connects us, the air that gave us that beautiful movement, that energy, that motion in the mind, in the third eye, that made you have a seeking, a yearning, a knowing of that seeking and yearning, of a coven space where you knew you were welcome, wanted, and needed. I praise that space of our psychic, deepest inner knowing. And I praise the innocence and the passion of teenage energy, which I live in, that is just so viciously honest that you're not gonna leave the shelter without bringing Juniper home. I was hook, line, and sinker myself, and there was no struggle whatsoever. It's just one of those things, though, that energy of teens brings to us. And I believe that that's a psychic, mental space in that pituitary area. So I worship that. Guardians of the watchtowers of the East, air, be here now. We turn now to the south, the element of fire, the firelight with which the creatrixes of the tarot had to be illuminated as they did their works of magic that are also a major element that binds us in this worldwide coven. Fire, which is the Queen of Wands that sits in the Smith Rider-Waite deck with a black cat at her feet. That passion, that energy to go around the mountain rather than blast through. That shares their energy, their light, their deepest rooted knowing for others. We're stronger together, and the Queen of Wands knows that. Guardians of the Watchtowers of the South, fire, be here now. Oh, my goodness. There. Fire energy. We turn now to the west, the element of water, which is life and so needed right now. Everywhere on earth, the mysteries of water. You know, being in a space, body, mind, and soul, knowing that there's no new water unless it blasts in miraculously and unexpectedly from comets like our Neowise that found this orbit, and a place in this witch's soul. We had no knowledge of Neowise till March, till we were sheltering in place. This chunk of ice hurtling through space is new water on Earth. I'm very open to the miracle of water falling to Earth and tamping out the fires, and sweetly, tenderly falling to Earth in not a hurricane form. I'm very open to the knowledge and wisdom that water holds for us, because water holds our memories. Guardians of the Watchtowers of the West, water, be here now. We spiral in, we coil in, we move with the energy of the outer body to the inner body. We find ourselves and hold ourselves as really excellent remothered souls to our inner child. We're in the center of our altar now, where we encounter spirit, which is us, and we are them. Guardians of the Watchtowers of the Spirit of Life, be here now. Lovely. Isn't that a beautiful unfurling bloom? So gorgeous. We sound the bell which activates our spell, my loves. At last, we're between worlds. It's so lovely to have all of you here. I've got a little note. Somebody wrote something big here, and there's a cute little message that YouTube is holding for me. Oh my goodness, Dominique is here. I'm absolutely showing your presence. Oh, Dom, oh, I love you so much. It's great to see you. Everybody send some love to Dominique. And am I wrong? Is Madomo Dominique, or is it perhaps Morgan in Tulsa, Oklahoma? I'm not sure, but I'm going to read this. And if you'd like to speak up and give me that love, I'm pretty sure that that's Dominique in Arizona, honeys. So a rose mapstone stone says that they love it. As soon as I mentioned the air, the wind picked up and tossed leaves all around. I love it. You sense some wonderful magic in all of us. So honored to be here with you all. Thank you for that. Hi, MJ. Thank you for that beautiful drop of water. Love it. And Claire says that they love when they turn to the west in the water, because that's the direction Lake Michigan is in for you. That's fabulous. That's the place you've found the most healing in your life. Oh, on the shores of that lake. That's beautiful. Hi, Tempest. Thank you so much for sending that love. Oh, thanks for the hearts, everybody. That's beautiful. So we're going to chat for a moment. As soon as I share with you just the most gorgeous and beautiful excerpt of a poem that took me into this lovely rabbit warren. It wasn't just the den, it was the entire warren that connects us to all the other rabbits. This is from Sammy Weaver. It's called Familiar Spirit. Luminous moon, lunatic woman, a red ribbon unravels out of a gibbous womb. Drips onto mud. Have you had enough? The separation of animal and spirit so long now. Take this talisman, this craft, this cauldron, this amulet. Take it to the water and look at your reflection, false widowed and shaking. Wow. That was something I just so happened to bump into that was written by somebody who was gushing and fawning over a poet in England who wrote a book of poetry called Witch that has intensely beautiful language in it that I just don't feel comfortable sharing on YouTube, even though I adore colorful language. And I'm figuring out a space where I can use that colorful language and still be here holding the space for all of us. So this book of poetry, I'm going to link it in the description of this video because it's astounding. And I'll link the full length of Sammy Weaver's Familiar Spirit. It speaks of listening to an owl on the banks of a river in England. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. But I had to share that excerpt. Isn't it fabulous? Talking about lunatic woman, gibbous womb, and then talking about false widowed and shaking. You know, we aren't separate from our spirit bodies, but it feels like it sometimes. It feels like we're widows to our spirit bodies sometimes, especially in the chaos of the world right now. So I love being here and holding space for all of us to be joined together and not have that false widowed sensation. Gorgeous. I think that I have a little message coming in. Okay, love you. Got to give you a real hug. My sweetie is taken off. Bye. Love you so much. Bye. I try to keep the action chill here. We'll be having another visitation from Juniper in just a moment. I know that you are all so lovely and you listen and you hear what I'm saying. We spoke so much in June and July about Edible, the film by Candace with a K. And they're in their second day of rehearsals right now. With all of our love and support, the film Edible is being made right now in a totally unique and special way. Some of you gathered for the tarot ritual that Candace and I held space for, and it was just divine. Working with Candace really gave me that true final push to finish and create my tarot deck for all of you. I'm going to spend some time talking about it today. So if you have the energy to hook in on Instagram with Candace with a K and Edible the film, I'll put a description. I'll tag them in the description of this video. If you wouldn't mind making a note about that. Juniper's back. Candace sent me a copy of Dear Universe by Yolo Akili. It's stunning, and I have a selection to share with us, but let's take a look at baby Cakes now. Oh,
she
my
just
goodness.
woke up.
She's so exhausted. She's been playing so much. Oh my goodness. We're going to have some fun with this baby Cutes. Look how tired she is. She's just eating like a champ. She just devours her yummy food like a lion. She was found in Garden Grove, where I was a baby, and I experienced a lot of trauma in my babyhood. I've expressed that here before. And when I was 4 years old, we moved to this area that I'm in right now in Huntington Beach. And all that trauma stopped. It was associated with some bad stuff where I used to live. And I just am really touching into the healing that Juniper is creating for me right now, and I'm creating for them as they are going through their own trauma of being away from their family. Oh my goodness, look at how relaxed baby Sita is. We've been calling her baby Sita. Oh my goodness. They mentioned in the online adoption that my sweet and amazing daughter Faye found that she was 2 months, 24 days. So this baby angel was born on the day that precious George Floyd was murdered in Minnesota. So this baby is a major, powerful, powerful healer. And she just went up for adoption literally hours before my daughter just out of nowhere woke up in that pandemic funk. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? And just picked up their phone and put in 3 words, cat, Huntington Beach, and up popped this beautiful angel's face. Look at those eyes. Oh, I can't even with you. You're so special. So she carries a lot of energy for the next place for our world and for the place to be found within all of us through the connection with our inner child. And I'm so in awe. I worship. Candace with the K has 2 black cats, and I just worship them. Diddy is one of their kittens, and it's not a kitten anymore, but everything's a kitten to me. And she walks Diddy on a leash, and that's what Faye and I always wanted, was to have a black cat that we could walk on a leash. So, of course, we got a leash on the way home from picking her up. I just love her so much. Is she just the most precious? So let's communicate. Let's have some animal familiar communication today. She's ready to go back with her sis right now. I'm definitely the mama, and Faye is definitely the sis. They're inseparable. Come here. She's so cute. Oh, look at that tail. Oh my goodness. The tail is like high key antenna up and divining rod down. Such an energy portal. Oh my goodness. So, sweeties, do you have living animal familiars? Do you have the energy like I've had for so long of my dearly departed animal familiar? I mean, I create a very small batch apothecary witchcraft in my atmosphere mists that I have not had the whole pandemic. I've had those off the market. And I infuse the water beneath the light of the moon upon the grave, the mosaic grave of my dearly departed animal familiar, Bindi, who is a fabulous Lhasa Apso. Everyone loved her. She was that creature. And so I haven't had a kitty before. When I was a teenager, I was driving along with my best friend that we talked about on the broadcast last week. And we heard this haunting, ghostly sound in the car. And of course, witchcraft. I was like, pull over. You got to pull over. There's a spirit in this car. We got to investigate. And we looked under the hood. We were driving for many, many miles, and a tiny little baby orange kitten was stuck up in the engine. We're so lucky that that sweet angel didn't perish in that way. I named her Feral because it meant wild. I love my words. I never knew the name Feral before. And one of my sister's sweeties that she was dating named her. And I just love that name, Feral. And we were able to keep her for a couple of weeks, but we just there was a couple people in my family that were allergic to cats and we just couldn't keep her. So we got her adopted out. But I've always wanted to have a kitten. My daughter has just said it from when she was little, that she needs a black cat. She's always said that. One of our favorite movies is Kiki's Delivery Service. Do you know Kiki's Delivery Service? I'll put a link in the description for that film. Kiki's Delivery Service is just an amazing Studio Ghibli anime film. And if you listen to the one that's got the English, overdub, it's Kirsten Dunst plays Kiki. And she's got like a grumpy black cat named Gigi, and they're just so cute flying around on their broom together. Gigi's very like snide and crass and grumpy and kind of sexy and wants to like chase after other cats, totally for sensuous pleasure. Just the greatest characters in this film. I love it so much. So anyways, we got our baby angel this week, a week where I am in just super like peak witchcraft creating my tarot deck. The Kickstarter's campaign will be kicking off on Tuesday, which is a huge risk and a lot of feelings for me about that. I would rather give than receive. I just find that this is a really good opportunity for me to create like a pre-order system in a wider platform field. So far, Kickstarter's been lovely, and I'm hoping that it works out great. Help me spread the word on Tuesday. I heard that that's the best day to start a Kickstarter campaign. I've reached out to lovely friends that are creators that I highly recommend. I'm going to share that with you in just a minute, okay? They both have decks that are coming out literally RN, like in the next 2 months. So the words of the fabulous Yolo Akili, and they're beautiful. This book, if you have an opportunity to order this, look at this sweetheart of a thin book that says in here, Dear Universe, letters of affirmation and empowerment for all of us by Yolo Akili. Today's selection says, Dear Universe, today I ask that you help me understand I couldn't have done it differently because I didn't know how. Look back on your life. Look back on the choices you made. With some of your choices, you thought in that deciding moment of doing something different. You explored other options and possibilities, but you chose your choice. And your choice had consequences. Those consequences had an impact on other people, sometimes in ways you didn't even understand or expect, sometimes in ways that made you feel ashamed or embarrassed. But you know what? You couldn't have done anything differently. If you could have, you would have. And you know what else? You can't go back and change those things now. It's not possible. The past is gone. The present has come. You cannot liberate yourself from the consequences of your choices yesterday by beating yourself up about them today. Look for the lessons. Record it in your heart and step into this moment equipped, energized, and able to make this moment new. Universe, today I realize that what I did has been done. And now it's up to me to do differently. You know what happens in a book like this? It gets a big smacker. I'm so grateful for all of our connection. And I'm so grateful for this book because it's brought these other connections into my focus that I didn't know existed. I didn't know about this book until Candace expressed a passage from it when we were creating our tarot ritual offering, which ended up being transformative for me. Candace is such a generous, magical creature. So creative, come on, Libra, Sun, and Gemini moon like this witch, the connections just never end. So I was able to post a little bit about this on an IGTV. I read a Yolo Akili passage from Dear Universe, and another dear friend of mine reached out and said, Yolo's incredible. It's one of their friends. They have a podcast called We Are Power Crystals, and I talk about them in the broadcast sometimes. Their name is Leah Garza, and they also create the broadcast with their partner in the broadcast named Jason, and I'm forgetting Jason's last name right now, so I don't want to fumble around with that. We've had enough fumbling around here today, but I will post both of their information in the description of this video. I am so honored to be a guest on We Are Power Crystals coming up next Wednesday. So I'm getting the Kickstarter started on Tuesday. I'm going to devote a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to that, finishing up the deck coming up. I had just finished up creating the death card with my animal familiar Bindi depicted on that, when all of a sudden Juniper just came scampering into our life. And this book came in the mail as a gift from Candace, giving me love for the love that all of us created and gave to them, and Edible, the film. It's unbearable. I mean, I have a lot of shit to work through with my own trauma, where I'd rather give than receive. Because now I'm receiving, I'm trying so hard to be that bird that eats the grain and disseminates the magic of that seed throughout the world for all of us to create fields and fields and fields of energy. Oh, this happened last week too. Our subscriber candle went out because I've got to blast my air conditioning. Hashtag baby crone. I got to crank that AC, sweeties. I'm a baby crone. I'm just getting used to the new heat in my body. And wow, this is my first August as a baby crone, and I worship air conditioning, I must say. So here we go, honeys. This needed a little more love and attention. We'll just put that smoke to cleanse this space. And I'm going to nurture this flame a little differently here. There we go. It needs that extra love today. So we're talking about creators, and we're talking about creativity and magic, and the role that our animals play in this, and animal familiars in general. I feel like I have a million animal familiars, very simply. There we go. It's so much better now. Because of the love that I shared with my sweet Bindi, my Lhasa Apso. And because of that, I've fallen in love with owls. And because I'm born in the year of the snake, I absolutely adore all the serpent energy. Snakes were vilified in my childhood religion, my very dogmatic childhood religion. And so, you know, I have to always go back and heal that place where things are vilified that are really here to be celebrated, because snakes are fabulous. And so tarot helps me, these 78 cards, to connect in that moment with my inner child. And I have all these different things that I do when I'm working my tarot. I've got my lunar calendar up just to look at all the phases of those lunar 8 phases. I've got, you know, different poetry books open, etc. So the inspiration that I have for the deck is very much a double rainbow themed lunar phase inner child deck. It has all of those things because those are my interests. I hold space for this very luscious and beautiful queer space that we're in here, my queer family, my own queer identity, my own queer experiences and happiness, and the protection that I feel for all queer community is celebrated in my double rainbow themed deck. I can't get into it. So on Tuesday, I'm going to be able to tell you all about it, because I just have a couple more really important things that I need to sort out on Monday. So my loves, tarot that I love is the tarot that I'm creating. I love all these creators that are in my life, my dear precious friends, especially Sarah from the 8th house in New Jersey, who's an amazing deck creator. I got these Prism Tarot decks. This is Boone's deck for my kids for solstice. They've got keywords and fun colors. And to be honest with you, I just hog these constantly. You'd think it was my deck the way that I use it so much. It's a really fun deck. It's potent. Don't kid yourself. Keywords and all. So I'm really just so grateful for the works that Sarah creates. One of the decks I'm a contributor of, it's the Stories Oracle deck. And I supported that Kickstarter on the level that I would have decks to sell in my shop. So I ordered 5 decks and they're in the mail. They're going out tomorrow. I'm so excited. And that has a story of being pregnant with my daughter. And it's a really unique oracle deck and really gorgeous too. Sarah did an amazing job with it. They're just wrapping all the details on their beautiful little pandemic deck called Mundane Magic that's got poetry on all 78 of the tarot cards. And they're wonderfully uniquely packaged and uniquely presented, and they're available for pre-order, and I'm going to put that in the description of this video. So we'll use this for our Tarotscopes and our Q&A today. And I just want to make sure that I'm able to do all of those things in time. It might take me a couple hours to do my timestamps today. The other creator I wanted to draw to your attention, who has helped me immensely with my deck, in just one little simple email confirmation and chat with me. They have blessed me so much. I backed their project too. That's called the 5th Spirit Tarot. It's gorgeous. I'll put a description. I'll put it in the description for this video. You can zip right over to their Kickstarter where you can pre-order that. It's 100% about diversity in tarot and representation for a world beyond binaries is what Charlie says about their deck. It's really, honestly, they are a tarot genius, just like Sarah, and in their own expression and journey within that. I want to nurture this flame just a little bit, sweeties. And so the 5th Spirit Tarot, I ordered a copy for Faye and I. So I supported on that level, and I'm just tickled to receive that deck. Charlie gave me some fabulous advisement about my own deck and was so generous with that information. They got back to me in literally minutes after I pushed send. I toiled over sending that email for like a couple weeks because, again, that mask that I wear as someone that gives and then doesn't receive is fading. It's part of my magic for this year. Remember that my words for this year are hyper real and wild and free. And with the way that the animals that have moved through my life this year have brought that fruition in this really peaceful way into our house, in a really magical way into our house, is just beyond otherworldly. It really kind of got kicked off into high gear with Candace walking Diddy on a leash through the streets of LA. Seeing this fabulous black witch walking a black cat through the streets of LA is just my dreams come to reality. And it's helped us stay really open to those blessings coming into our life too. So there's just so much tarot love to share with everybody. And I want to take a little peek before we get into our Tarotscopes to see how everything's going. I want to hear about your animal familiars, sweethearts. I just want to peek up here really, really quick. Oh my goodness, look at all that love for Juniper. Oh my goodness, Jordan says that their baby's sitting right next to them. Oh, she was actually my partner's family cat who came to live with us, but she's absolutely my familiar. I love that language, Jordan. Oh, she's attached to you at the hip. I love that. Oh, Chloe, that's so special. Your animal companion of 21 years just peacefully passed 2 weeks ago. So lovely to see the young, delightful energy of Juniper. hoping a new familiar would come to me soon as she came to your family. I know, I'm hoping for that too. But when Bindi left, I said, never again with a dog. I said that, and maybe I mean it. Maybe it was just Juniper gleaning that energy that I was ready for the kitty I always wanted. Excuse me. I just want to take a peek here because I see that Cozy has something to say. Condolences to you, Chloe. I know it's hard. Bindi was actually my very first death midwifery sort of soul. She was old, and not well looking, but we just figured it was because she was old. But she ate and she drank and she moved around. She was a little grumpier. She definitely slept all day. Then one day she just couldn't walk. And then the next day she was back to her regular self. And that went on for a few more months. We had a huge Thanksgiving at our house with everybody in my family present. And my mother-in-law was here, who was newly widowed. And she was literally carried around by person to person like the fatted calf. She was just so precious in everyone's arms. We gave her a bath. She didn't smell great at the end, but we gave her a bath and had essential oils massaged into her, and she loved those cuddles and loves, and we just carried her around. She could still walk and she was fine. And then 2 days after Thanksgiving, she couldn't get up. And I said, that's it. I'm not going to do this again. She wasn't crying or anything. I said, I'm going to bring her into the vet and see what's up. The vet said that she couldn't even get a reading on her kidney functions. They were just not even measured. She was 100% shocked she was even alive. She was 1,000% dying. I took her home stunned. It was not what I expected. And she was a perfect, beautiful creature, so good to everyone, that she waited till the kids went to bed till 10 o'clock to where she really went downhill. She was not well, you could very much tell. And the kids got to say goodbye to her. Then they went to bed at 10, which was really late for them. They were just in elementary school, not even middle schoolers at that point. And then right after they went to bed, wow, the real dying was going down. Her spirit body and her luminous light body were very much separating. You could tell all the hair on her body was standing on end, and she couldn't get comfortable. It was a different kind of labor, like birth. And she just was going through this vibrational process. She wasn't shaking or seizing, but the hair standing up was moving. It made me have to be with my breath and set music. And finally at 4 o'clock in the morning, I said to my sweetie, I just can't take it anymore. Maybe we should take her to the animal hospital around the corner that's 24 hours. It's exactly where we got Juniper. I mean, it's literally around the corner. And I was exhausted. I said, my sweetie was like, let's just wait till the morning and see what happens. I said, okay, good. If she makes it to the morning, we can put her down. We'll give her the shot and put her down at the vet's office. And bless her soul. I mean, she literally was sick one day. And when we got up about an hour later at 5 o'clock in the morning, she must have just passed, because she was not well at all, but the very bottom of her was still warm. She was able to give me that experience and that love through the very, very end of sparing me her actual passing. She wanted to be alone. I feel as though she put me down in a slumber for just an hour. And then our family was able to lay her bones to rest in our garden together. And my sweetie decided to go to work, and the kids decided to go to school. I literally sent notes to the teachers that said, listen, let them come home if they want to, call me at any moment. They both had fabulous teachers that year. And they decided it was better for them to just go and play at school. It's a heavy experience. I was happy for them. They could just be kids and play at school. So that passing was intense. And because I was home alone with her body that was commingled and tucked back in with our mother in earth, I was on this wild journey. And she sent me on this lucid dream. We flew, and I suddenly was over the towers of London. I mean, it was out of sight. It was intense. I wrote it all down in my journals. I'm so grateful for her, but I was definitely in that kind of shock where I just needed to ground myself. And it's taken all these years. It's been like, I think 6 or 7 years since she's been gone. It took me time, and I needed to just be thoroughly ready. And I'm so glad it's now, and I'm so glad it's Juniper. Oh my goodness, it's so special. So just sending you so much love, Chloe. Yes, Kiki's delivery service is the best. Okay, so Lauren's telling us that their living animal familiar is their sweet rescue pup, Leo. Oh my goodness, I love that. You adopted him a year ago. Leo season's so amazing. He loves attention and has been a wonderful pandemic companion. Oh my goodness, we owe these animals and the natural world everything with this pandemic that we're going through, don't we? Thank you so much for sharing the story of Leo. Lauren, DM me a picture of Leo in my Instagram, please, honey. Oh, you have 2 Jack Russell rescues in your life, Julie. Oh, that's so beautiful. My goodness, those are high energy. So you have to work every single day, don't you? Get and run those puppies, huh? Oh, thank you for giving so much love to Chloe, everyone. It means so much to me. Yes. Love all of this so much, my love. So good. Yes. Hi, Cordelia Rose Black. You wanted to hop on and send some Venus love. You're watching the recording later. Can't wait. I love that you're here. Thank you, Cordelia. Great name. Hi, Fernanda Molina. Oh, thank you so, so much. I'm glad that you're here. Hello, Indigo Soul. You adopted a rescue dog at the end of March. That's fabulous. You'd been looking for several months, and you knew that you would know when you saw him. Oh, there was an instant connection. He's your furry soulmate. Oh, Indigo Soul. That is such good news. I'm so happy for you. So literally through this whole experience, you've been cuddled in with your sweetheart familiar. That's amazing. Celeblin, I love it. Your sweet girl Lizzie was the last dog that you had, passed a couple of years ago, and you don't know when you'll get another dog as well. I just don't know that will be our path. We're getting Juniper ready to be in the car, so we took her for a drive today and just got some drive-through smoothies in our neighborhood. She cried a lot. She was better on the way home. We definitely need her to be with us camping and going on the road, because that's what this family likes to do in our vintage trailers. Yes, I'm sorry about Lizzie's passing, Celeblin. I'm sure that they were just absolutely precious. Holly says that they recently helped a friend write a letter trying to get a 24-hour animal hospital in their area. Oh, that's fabulous. It's very rural where you are. I see. But has many animal owners. She had a very intense experience losing her dog. I will only say that it was fireworks, Holly. It is an intense experience for some beings. And literally, I didn't know that she was actively dying until she couldn't move for that second time. And then fireworks like crazy. I just didn't know what I could take anymore. But honestly, she just needed to do her thing. And it's a lot to hold. But she was little. She was only 15 pounds. She was the runt of her litter, and my sweetheart Leo's sister that I posted on my Instagram stories that we all call Critter had her sister and got her from a really kind of, to be honest with you, crappy pet store. So we felt as if we were rescuing those girls. And she definitely got the alpha. I mean, what you would do as a Leo, you'd get the alpha, awesome, white, fabulous, loud, noisy, bossy dog that she named Karma. bless her soul, she did that to herself. And she got it. Karma was challenging all the way through. But there was little Bindi who was way back in the pen, and they had a brother there too, and he was biting her, and she had junk clinging to her, and she was not doing that well. Clearly she was the runt. She never got a guard coat. She was fuzzy and soft the whole time. She never had that coarse guard coat that you look for in these award-winning dogs. She was totally the runt. So it was a true, very expensive rescue, but I didn't even say anything. I didn't even use my new to me cell phone back then, because that was way back in the year 2000. We not all of us had cell phones back then. I didn't even say anything to my sweetie. I just showed up with her. I was like, this is the way it is now. Sometimes you just meet your animal familiar and they're just in, and that's it. Oh, goodness. Well, let us know, Holly, how that goes with your friend's area. Oh, I dream of rural areas. Sunflower Crown. Hi, Allie. Hunter was on death row at the Humane Society, and we found one another on the last day. He's Magick. Oh, that makes me just have the chills. How beautiful. Oh, thank you for sharing us. And Mum of Spirituality says that they rescued 5 kittens at the start of COVID. There's such a beautiful blessing for your children and throughout this whole thing. My goodness, I absolutely agree. You're so fortunate. I love that you had that openness for the magic of those kittens. They're probably hilarious, you lucky duck. A whole litter of kittens. And Sila's here. I don't know how to say your fabulous last name. You have had your dog Daisy for 11 years, and you don't know if it would ever adopt another dog after she passes. We said it in 2 weeks after getting Bindi. That's it. This is it. We said there ain't going to be no rematch. We just fell so madly in love with her. So, sweetie pies, let's get it on. I've got a couple of calls that I need to get on soon, so we're going to go for it on the quick today. This is the Prism Tarot that I deeply recommend. I'll break the cards with you as witness, like I do. And we'll see if we get to questions today. I'm just in my little shorts today on my little laptop table. There we go. And we're going to go for it in order today. All right, sweeties. I just have a little printed out piece of paper here in case I lose my track, because I've done that before. My loves, Aries, this one's for you. You've got the Lovers. The key word to the Lovers, you're going to adore Aries, because I know you love to keep it hot. Duality. So Aries, watch now for the ways that the push-pull is turning you on, and go towards it. Go towards that happy, sensuous tension. That's where the real fruit lies. Hope you like that. Okay, Taurus, here you go, honeys. The World. Wow, so this is going to be what it is. Ascension. The World Ascension for you, Taurus. I don't know, Taurus, you're just so about the body. You can allow yourself kind of a little bit of a release in the body now, to be about that spiritual ascension, and you can let your body be the guide to where your ascension magic lies. Okay? It's all through the body. You don't have to actually do anything except for listen. And take a little sip, sweeties. All right, honeys. Here's Gemini, the Hierophant. Here you go. Unlearn. So the cards do what they like to do. I sat here shuffling the entire time we were chatting. All right, honeys. So the Hierophant, unlearn. Gemini, it's back to school time, and that means a lot to the Geminis in my life right now. And inside of that back to school time, it's time to unlearn. It's time to just literally take the pressure off the doing. It's unlearning how tension has been part of your learning this whole time. And just relax and actually call your teachers on it and tell them, I'm unlearning how to be chaotic and anxious and in stress and competition in my learning spaces. And that's what this work is about. Wow, lovely. Okay, let's see what else is going on for Cancer, my loves. Cancer, you have got the Three of Lightning. That's going to be Three of Wands. Upside down, it says the journey. Little setback, Cancer, sweethearts. And that's only kind of like inside of the way that the setback makes you feel. Because the setback isn't really that serious in the end. You're grown. You understand that setbacks are part of life. It's just the way you're receiving it. It's tickling your trauma right now. So it's really a gift, and you have the opportunity to thank Spirit for giving you that gift of this setback so you can know where to ask the questions of Spirit. Ask the questions of your therapist. Love you, Cancer. All right, sweeties. Leo, here we go. Reverse Two of Clouds, indecision. Indecision. So, Leo, indecision has come into your life to show you how inertia is really powerful, because it's that contraction that allows you the energy to wind back up. You can't just be taut and wound up and propelling all the time. There has to be that inertia, that way that you recoil, right? So this indecision period, this Two of Clouds, can be really fun too, because that's that bonding in that duo, right? Because if this is, upright, it's kind of like this active, I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? You're released from that tension right now, right? And you're in the space now where it's all about sort of recoiling and building energy back up. So enjoy it. So Virgo season, be good to your body. Here we go. Virgo, you've got the reversed Five of Gems. The keyword to this is need. I love this card because it shows tears as diamonds or gems. So your emotion with it, how that feeling of having a need moves your physical body to emote and feel pain. So this need that you're having that isn't being met right now, unfortunately, you're trying to tamp it down. So Virgo, you got to feel your feelings. You got to feel those feelings, honey. I know it's easier, quote unquote, to not cry, but oh my goodness, there's a fabulous song that I love from the Detroit Cobras called Easier to Cry, and I love it. Maybe if I remember, I'll pop that into the description next to your timestamp. You really need to let it out. Quit trying to act so tough. Okay? Libra, you've got the reversed Four of Raindrops. Everybody drink. I have to get my hazelnut almond chocolate cocoa. That is so good. Thank you, Boone. So the word is contemplation, and this is reversed Libra. So, the fogginess is blocking the really important space of contemplation. So you really need to get your body moving and sweating and moving those raindrops all the way through the body right now. Sweat it out so you can get that fog lifted. All right. When the fog lifts through actual tiredness in the body, you'll be able to have that freedom of the mind for the contemplations, to have that a little bit more of a visual cue which way to go. Okay. When we look at fours in tarot, we see the compass rose of the four directions. And it's just a little bit kind of foggy right now for you. Hope that works for you, Libra. I'm going to leave that reversed. Okay, cuties. Here we go, Scorpio. The Empress. Time for you to receive. I love this. Look at that big, yummy prezi that you've got on top. It's so gorgeous, Scorpio. I mean, honestly, enough said. Just kick back, relax, and enjoy it. Receive that gift And you don't need to tell yourself the sad story about receiving that gift is going to kind of lead to that source betraying you. You don't have to tell that story. You can pull the needle off that record. All right. Just enjoy that at this moment. All right, Saggy, here you go. You've got the 7 of lightning reversed. The key word to this is defense. Here's the card. And it's reversed. So the real bracing of the situation, the real kind of like agitated place in this conflict is quieted right now. So at least your body's a little bit more calm. But honestly, this is something you have to revisit. You can run, but you can't hide. So rest now and then make yourself a nice little list of 7 points that you really need to learn about yourself. When you spent all the time being defensive, the truth couldn't come in. And Saggy Hunt, there's 7 points that you can take in now that you're ready to learn from that conflict. When you're now, less tense, the shoulders are down, your hackles aren't up, your shingles are smooth. You can handle the emotion of the weather that will move down the roof right now. Yes, defensiveness just bought you time, but you still got to learn. All right, cuties, here we go, Cappy. You've got the 9 of gems, and I'm just so tickled to share this with you because gems are the direction of north, the element of earth, or pentacles, and this is abundance. So make it rain. Enjoy this time right now where abundance is rolling up on your shores. Rest, relax, feast, tell good stories around a really great loaf of bread. Share with other people, feed other people, find joy that exists in your life now. And I really would love to see you do that from now all the way through every single one of these lunar phases. It's so important for you to share the joy that you're feeling. And if you're not feeling joy, you need to summon up that energy to pay attention to the things in your life that really do feed you, those sources. Simplify the stress that you're in right now. And remember to celebrate those joys and those gratitudes on the full moon. Okay? Cappy. Ooh. Here we go, Aquarius. This is the 8 of gems. And I'm excited for you because it gives you the opportunity with this keyword to do something about it. Hard work. This says hard work for you, Aquarius. So at least you can kind of hone your mind down to a project, okay? Do that for yourself, my love. Hone your mind down into this project because it'll keep you intellectually and emotionally protected and safe. And that's important right now as you're doing so much healing. Okay, my Pisces. 4 of clouds, rest. How fabulous. So in these times right now where things are literally more globally connected than ever, somehow up inside this psychic realm, you have that awareness of this deep interconnection in our web of life. So that can be very activating. Right now is a time for you to rest. So promise me, sweetheart, that you're going to set your sights and make your map have a destination towards rest. I know that we love thinking about all things harvest and autumn and projects and when you're able to see your loved ones again. Yet right this moment, right now, your body requires that rest. So try not to propel yourself out of your body. Now move that energy back into your body and rest. Let it just be that essence like essential oils. Let the essence stay in the form right now and enjoy that rest. Dig it. You Pisces cuties, tell me your favorite recipes for rest, would you please? What do you like to do in your rest? Because I'm giving the medicine that I need to receive, even though I don't have Pisces in my big trio of sun, moon, and rising. I'm knowing that I need to learn to rest better. I hope that works for you, cuties. I do have to pop off today. So I want to just say hello one more time to gorgeous, glorious Juniper and let you say hey and soak up that kitten energy. Who's got Junie? We're calling sweetie Junie. Look at this candle. Needs a lot of nurturing today. Cuties, who's got Juniper? Boone? I'm saying this right into the mic. I'm so sorry, cuties. You're just getting a real big dose of real family love today. Boone Tom? Yes. Can I have Juniper, please? Yep. Thank you. Good old Boone. It's going to bring our Junie. While we're waiting for Juniper, does anybody have an emergency question? Oh, thank you, Love Light Shining, for sending that beautiful lunar. Oh, I'm loving you here in our Worldwide Coven live today, sweetheart. Aisha, it's fabulous to see you too. Oh, Joanna. I love that I get to see your name. That's wonderful.
She just woke up from a little nap.
So Indigo Soul just wanted to say energy absolutely blissful, glowing today. Thank you so much, Indigo Soul. Come here, honey bunny. Oh my goodness. Could she be any more relaxed? Oh, look at her tail story. Oh my goodness. I love you. Do you want to see who's the baby? Oh my golly, she's so precious. She's just so cute with all the tarot laid all over the place. I don't even know how many decks I have, but they're just everywhere in this house. They're just out of control, and she's just so cute with the cards. So, Miss Juniper, you want to say goodbye to everybody? You want to say goodbye? She's got the coolest, smoky undercoat right now. And look at her eyebrows. She's got a little color in her brows. So, meow. I try to purr into her fur to be a really good mom. Does that feel good? She's a real togetherness baby. She just loves to be held and she loves to play. She's so funny. Oh, love you. You all. Juniper and I are sending you all our love and magic. And please remember that magic is your birthright and everything's a spell. This is our animal familiar spell. Thank you so much for bringing your familiars out to play today and telling us all about your wonderful, fabulous stories and letting us send you condolences for your sweethearts that left their animal body to bless your spirit body forever and ever. So thank you so much, everybody. And I'll just say, hey, and Juniper and I will walk you out right now, okay? Juniper, do you want to say meow? Meow. How lucky are we that we get to watch this baby grow up? Oh, she's so pretty. She loves, but look at those bat ears. Oh, the nerve. Love you so much. Okay, cuties, I'll walk you out. Love you. Fabulous. She's just the cutest, cute baby Sita here in case she decides to meow so people can hear this one walking. Oh, there she did it. Good girl. Oh. Meow. Adorable.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Once she gets more woken
up, she'll probably... You just want to cruise over on this side, sweetie? Be awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Love it. Okay, cuties. Thank you so much for being here. And a unique broadcast today, a unique episode with having to jump around and scamper after the algorithm today. I appreciate your perseverance like you have no idea. I thought it was so cool making my thumbnail last night. I thought it was so cool having everything all prepared like that, and kind of bit me in the booty. So we'll see. We'll see what is in store YouTube wise for our sweetheart worldwide coven. That was really super fun to have a moon baby with us from Cape Town, South Africa. Eh? Loved it. Is she just the cutest?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, she is so adorable. That little bikini is so cute.
Oh, she yawned.
Good girl. The cutest yawn ever. She got like what, 4 teeth?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot.
The fact that she just is teething is the
She's
cutest.
probably like 6 on top, 6 on the bottom.
Oh
They're
wow,
super tiny.
high achiever. Oh
Yeah,
meow.
we're talking about your teeth.
Oh, so cute.